morning and welcome to testing your fish water. We're raising 600, actually 500 trout now, and in the next couple days it's going to be important for us to start learning how to test the water. We have a water test kit. Each one of these specific bottles has a test listed on it, and we of course have the Master API Freshwater Master Test Kit chart, which looks just like this. Alright, this particular chart has pH on the left. We have high range pH, which we will not use, ammonia, nitrite, and nitrate. It is important that you remember to get the nitrite and nitrate tests done correctly. Each test is done slightly differently. You will compare the chart with the color of the water after adding the test chemicals. We're going to show you how to do that in just a moment, but first a brief showing of the directions. You will have copies of the directions. Here is the directions for the pH test. Each one of these containers has a little line on it. You will notice the line on it, it's right there. See the line? The line is now marching up and down in front of the window. Hello, I'm a test container. How are you today? Oh look, you cannot see through here, but you can see through here. Oh, what is that? Okay, back to you, Rudy. Thank you, test container. You will fill the test container to that line using water from the fish tank. But the first thing you have to do is make sure you make that a clean test tube. Between each test, you want to make sure that you clean your test tube out completely. So I'll turn on the water in the sink. I'll turn my test tube upside down and I will rinse that test tube once, twice, 3, 4. Notice my exceptional counting ability. 5. And don't forget that cap. There you go. That's how you make sure you clean it. After each test, make sure you clean your test tubes, and just in case the person before you didn't clean their test tubes, make sure you clean it before you start the next time. All right? We have a number of test tubes, so we'll be able to run multiple tests at the same time. All right? We good? All right. Good. But first, or second, or possibly even third, after making sure your test tube is clean using your sink cleaning method, you'll reach in as far down as you can. Pull your sleeve up a bit. You don't want to just take the top water. You want to reach down. Notice how the bubbles came out there. And do a couple of these to help make sure that that's a really clean test tube. Then notice that it's fuller than up to the top of the line. So I'm going to pour a little out. I'm going to pour a little out. Not quite. Pour a little out. See the line? I'm good. Let me do that again for you. I fill it up. I pour out. Still too high. Pour it out a bit. Still a little too high. And again, see the line just a touch. And there we go. Mr. Test Tube is fine. Notice the line. Okay, so now that I have the line, I'm going to pick a test to do. I will do the pH test. So, I will take my pH instructions, and it says, fill a test tube with 5 milliliters of water. Add 3 drops of indicator solution, holding the dropper upside down in a completely vertical position to assure uniformity of drops. That looks something like this. This is not easy, boys and girls, with my... So I'm going 1, 2, and 3. Notice how that was completely vertical. Vertical being upside down and straight up and down. Cap the test tube. So I'm capping. Now inverting the tube a couple times is this. That would be inverting the tube. Do not use your finger. Determine the pH color by matching the color of the solution with the color of the pH card. And you can see that my color is down at about 7.6. That pH is a bit high. We really want it around 7, so this should look a little bit more green. We will have adjusting the pH in a few days after I get back, but that would be the test for the pH. Notice it matches most closely with, there's my finger, that one right there. It is not here. This is where it could be or should be. Around 7 is a good place to be. So that's how you use the indicator. Now notice how the colors are different. Remember, we're not using the high range pH, which is the second one over. So in the ammonia test, I don't have anything that even remotely looks like my color, but you put the test tube up against the color card and you hold it next to it and you can see that that's not the right color. Nitrite, this would be a good reading, but it's way too blue. Nitrite, that blue is not this blue, as you can see. And the nitrates is red and yellow and orange. All right, so that's how we do that test. I'm going to demonstrate the ammonia test next. That test tube once, twice, 3, 4. Notice my exceptional counting ability, 5. And don't forget that cap. So we're back. We're going to run the ammonia test now. Same strategy. Dip your test tube into the water 3 beautiful times. Cleaning. That'll get some of the chlorine, anti-chlorine residuals in the tap water out. We're getting a little high. We're going to shake it down. We're going to get it right to that line. We're very good. We're right at the line. See, I'm at the line. Well, I'm a little high at the line, but I'm all right at the line. All right, so now you're going to take ammonia. Bottle number 1. You have ammonia bottle number 1. Add 8 drops from ammonia 1. Sometimes these aren't the easiest to get open. Hold on. Especially when you have a loaf of bread stuck to your arm, which I do. Make sure you turn it vertical. That was 8 drops of number 1. Make sure you read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you happen to put too many drops in, what you want to do is you want to make sure you start over. That's the best solution. Then you're going to add bottle number 2, ammonia, 8 drops. Trying to do this so everybody can see. I don't know if you can see, but I'm hoping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These instructions are coming straight off your score sheets that you have found here in the classroom today. At this point, we cap the test tube and shake vigorously for 5 seconds. Do not use your finger. Vigorously. 2, 3, 1,000. 4, 1,000. 5, 1,000. Oh, that's it. That's all I have to shake. Whoa, I've got a nice head on that. Looks pretty good. Wait 5 minutes for the color to develop. So we're going to put this over here on the sill. Actually, we'll put it back here. And that'll kind of just sit there and wait. Hopefully that won't fall into the water. And that waits 5 minutes. Maybe I can find the timer. So the timer, will keep our ears open for the timer as we move along to nitrites and nitrates. But these are pretty much the same. For the nitrate, you need to vigorously shape. You don't have to shape anything. You have to vigorously shake the bottle number 2. The bottles have to be used in the proper order. You can follow the directions very simply. I'm following the directions and I'm trying to actually talk to an idiot camera that's looking up at the ceiling at me in front of the fish tank here. So I'll take another test tube. This one I believe is plastic. It's taller, but it's skinnier. So this particular test tube, I'm going to do the nitrate. So I'm going to show you how to vigorously shake bottle number 2. This is nitrate with an A. All right, bottle number 1 does not get sugared. That's shaken. Now this is a little bit That's a little high. Low. Oh, perfecto. Notice on this there's a line drawn on the paper. This is a plastic test tube, much safer to use, but it just looks a little different than the other one. So I start with nitrate test tube bottle number 1, and it tells me to put 10 drops into the test tube. Again, turning it vigorously, not vigorously upside down, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, can everybody count with me out there? I hope you're counting. This is very bizarre. There are people out in the parking lot looking in at me, and I'm wondering if they're going, cap the tube and invert it several times. This is a more difficult cap to get on. Words are inverting, 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 inverting several times. We're going to say today several is 4. Then take bottle solution 2 and shake vigorously for 30 seconds. Here's the countdown. 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18. You could be singing a song while you're doing this. You could possibly read a few chapters of a book while you're doing this. You could possibly walk around the school 3 times if you went really fast in a walk when you're doing this. I wouldn't advise that though unless you have a pass. Or you could just be sitting over on the little wheelie chart with the cows and the other stuffed animals while you're doing this. But this is very important to do, as this must be thoroughly mixed as you prepare. Alright, so how many are we putting in this? 10 drops. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're very good with the 10 drops. Alright, now, what we do is add 10 drops, holding it, shake vigorously for a minute. Okay, so at this point, whoever is doing the nitrate test has a whole lot of shaking going on. So now we are 16 seconds away from testing. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do my best. We're 16 seconds away from that. So I'm going to put 45 seconds on. Time is up, but I'm vigorously shaking. Stop. Reset. Minutes 1. Go. When that gets down to close to the end, I'll know I'm ready, but right now, and if you can imagine having the loaf of bread stuck to your body while you're trying to do this, I am now going to try to shake vigorously for a minute, take my other test solution bottle, place it next to the ammonia color, and hold that up to the camera so that you can see it while I'm shaking on the side. Now, apparently the ammonia, it looks like to me, can we back it off a bit, that it is approximately 0.25 parts per million, which is ppm, that's parts per million. That is my hand there. There's no help here, and you'll notice it's shaking because I'm still vigorously shaking the nitrate test, and this is a real challenge, standing on a chair, loaf of bread stuck to my body, trying to read one chart, and at the same time prepare for the other. And time is up, and we're going to trade off. So we're a little bit high for that, so it looks like we might have to do a little adjustment. And our nitrate, as we take our color and we're holding it, nitrate appears to be, I would say maybe 10 parts per million, which is again, is again a little bit high. But notice how I'm putting it on the white part next to the chart. All right, enough. There's no assistance, and I'm standing on the chair. So our levels are a little bit off, and what I'll do is I will come in during the break, and I will adjust the water. And, I probably have some solutions I can put in there today. Anyway, I'm going to try to do some things before I go home today. That's enough. So the question now is any of this making sense to you? I'm doing my best at the end of a long day. I'm very tired. I need a nap. I've been carrying the loaf of bread. lunchbox, whatever, around with me all day. I had to try to run some errands, but I couldn't. I needed to sit down. I had to turn in my machine that pumped water, cold water around my shoulder, which I had for over a week. And I had to go back today, which I did. But you get the idea that these tests have to be done in a very precise manner. And I know I can count on all of you. What? Let's try that one again. I know I can count on all of you to take care of this. So you'll have the charts. Oh, the score sheet. I'm going to talk about the score sheet. Here's your score sheet. On this, you will be keeping track of all the records of your testing. You'll have the date, as you can see, temperature Fahrenheit of the water. We will try to get a Fahrenheit thermometer in there. The pH level, that would be from your test, the ammonia level, nitrite level, and nitrate level. I'm going to put down the pH, the ammonia, and the nitrate, live count of eggs, and mortality, meaning how many have died. You've got that over there on the wall. Let's zoom over there. Excellent work over here, by the way. We are keeping excellent track. We have 15 fries gone as the big fish to the big fish foreman in Canada. All right, not sure what that's about, but there we go. So, is the filter working? Is the air pump working? Is the chiller on, UV light on, and the clarity of the water? And did we change any water today? We will go over water changes coming up. So that's going to wrap it up from here. You should have a better idea now how this works. I will do what I can to make this more enjoyable than just listening to me. This is James Rudheisen, your science teacher and the Trout Whisperer, saying so long, and I hope you had a good weekend. There's our little fishies. Look at all those guys, huh? Look pretty happy in there. They're not moving around a lot, but the water temperature is really cold. Excellent job, everybody. We have lots of fry. Those are French fries. No, actually, these are Canadian fries. They don't serve these at McDonald's. Don't get your hopes up. Thanks again for a great job so far on the fish. Everybody who keeps working on them will be going on the journey to the stream in June. That's always a wonderful experience. These are the bottles you'll be working with during your tests. You'll have the pH, which is blue, which is a single bottle test. You'll have the nitrate test, which is a double bottle test, which I showed you. The only thing I didn't do was wait 5 minutes at the end to take my test against the card. You have the ammonia test, which is 2, and make sure you do the 2 bottle tests in the correct order. And then you have the nitrite test, which is a single bottle test. So this is what they'll look like. They have different amounts in them. They've been used for a number of years. I don't know if we'll get a new one, but there are plenty around the building somewhere. So enjoy. You might want to try some tests today. I hope you do if you can, if you have the time. But I will see you Wednesday afternoon. Thank you. We've got fish, yes, we've got fish. They're little trout and they live in a dish. Not a dish, but a tank. Isn't that what I thought you thought? Yes, it is, thank you. We'll raise those fish till the big old fish and get in the stream and hopefully not mean. They'll swim with their friends and in the end we'll know they were raised in Strohisen. We've got fish, we love our